any new clients? I know this is a rough time for everybody. We've been talking about the COVID-19 effect on travel over the past few weeks. But if anybody has any testimony they want to share, the floor is open. Anyone?
Hello, everybody. This is Javonda.
Hey, Javonda, how you doing?
I'm okay. How about you?
Good. What you got?
Good. Only thing I have is, I had a bachelorette party. Well, I still have, not put had. I have a bachelorette party. I had already had booked their trip to go to Miami for October. Ha ha ha. So the husband, though, the groom to be, he was going through another travel agent for his bachelor party. And well, I don't know what happened, but he ended up reaching out to me. So I ended up getting the groom and the bride to be. So I'm booking both of them for October. But of course, everything is on a standstill right now. He want to go to Vegas. They want to go to Miami. I have one group. They supposed to go to Vegas this month here, but y'all know how everything is. And she was so impatient, she wouldn't wait. They dates were April the 16th through the 20th, and they wanted a full refund. They did get insurance, but they got the very least insurance, so they were only going to get a voucher back. Well,
Right.
since they cried so much about it, Vegas actually do not supposed to open up until April 17th, so they would have got a full refund, but she wouldn't wait. So that's what I got going on right now.
All right. What vendor did you use?
Delta.
Oh, okay, Delta Vacations.
Yep.
Gotcha. Anyone else want to share any testimonies? Oh, and Javonda, congrats on. I saw the post you did today. Was that today? I saw the article. So congrats on that too.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else want to share anything? Still got about 10 more minutes to open up here. Anyone lose any clients over the past week?
Yeah, I just been this is Jamal. I just been rescheduling a few of these cruises that I had. Trying to get some things moved around from the June dates to the fall, when it comes to some of my land reservations. I do have people that are looking for other trips, but like Javonda mentioned, with the economy kind of being shaky right now, some people aren't ready to commit, but I will say this, you guys don't stop marketing your business, because when they're ready, you might get busy again, kind of like that first beginning of the wave.
It's true, man. Yeah, the cruise industry is taking it, well, the industry overall, but I know with cruises, major hit. I know a lot of my cruise clients don't even want to cruise next year now. So, but like you said, just trying to find alternative, different options for them, reschedule or find a different type of travel actually. Anyone else? We still have a few minutes. Anyone else want to share?
I just have a question if no one else is ready to share, just quick. Do anyone know if that cruise ship was able to dock today? And do we know if any more cruise ships is out still at sea?
I don't know. That's anybody know? Any updates?
This is Vita. Yes, they were able to, I don't know so much as dock, but they were able to move them off, the healthy people. And I guess they kept some of the people on, like 24 of them, until they get better. And then the other people are being transported to the airport, to their whatever cities they're flying in, or wherever they're flying into.
Thank you, Vita. Oh, thank God.
Oh, and I
What
do.
cruise line is that?
It's oh man, it's out of Zaandam. It's out of
Holland
it's close.
American.
Holland America.
Yeah, Holland American, but it's out of Amsterdam, not far from Netherlands. It's not far from the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
did they say it was one of like a carnival line?
No, they
Or
didn't say Carnival, but if it's
Okay.
Holland, then I want to think that's Carnival. Maybe, I don't know. Is it?
I think that's what it said. I think I heard it was attached somewhere to like a carnival.
They didn't
It's not
mention it.
Carnival, but it's under Carnival Corporation. That
Okay,
company has a lot of ships out there. So I don't know per se if there's an actual Carnival ship out, but there are. It's a Carnival Corporation.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation, actually. Anyone else? No one? No cancellations, no new clients, new trainings, certifications.
This is Nikki. I talked to my influencer yesterday, and so we she's a little and this was my influencer for my trip to Africa this August. We did decide to cancel it for this August because it's a lot of uncertainty, and so right now she wants to do it for 2022. I said, oh, okay. So it's but we're still going to put out there that, for those that still want to go, this is the option. Let me know, and I will work with the supplier and still get them on the trip. Also, but I think if things get better, when things get better this summer, because I am claiming it, when they get better this summer, it's a possibility we might be able to try to do something next year. I don't know if it will be this trip or do another one next year, but I am planning a girls trip for actually me and my god sisters and some of our other and I'm going to bring my cousin along to Greece next May, June. So I am working on that right now. So, but yeah, I think for the most part, and we're still planning our trip for October as of now. So I've got some vouchers with Vacation Express that I was planning to use Memorial Day weekend. So I don't know if I'll be able to use them, but I think Vacation Express, which they have been like really, really great during this process, I think they're going to extend for the free nights and the free nights and the free charter, the complimentary earned charter I have. So.
Okay, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you as far as the October trip? I know you mentioned that some of the clients are kind of hesitant as far as traveling still.
The October one, they still want to go. Those are my lawn sisters, that trip. The one for August, I did as I was talking to the group since the beginning of March, because I had already started calling people before this has reached to where it has gotten to the past couple weeks. And so
Right.
Some of them were like, well, okay, so about what's going on, like, are we going to go? Are we not? Some really still wanted to go. One person did email and say, she was really concerned because I guess, she was concerned, her family was concerned. And so I think she kind of wanted to back out, but we told her that at that appointed time, we were not going to make a decision just yet. And so I think what ended up happening, and to myself, I was a little iffy. If it was just me and a couple of people, that made sense to like, yeah, let's still roll. If as long as everything is open and we can still go, let's go. But it's more people that has to be factored in and considered because there's so much that's going on. It might not affect that person directly, but it could be somebody in their family. We don't know. And to be honest, it's not my business to know. So we are just going to just let them know, like, hey, don't worry about this one. Do for the next one, because this is going to be like our first big group trip. Next year, we were going to plan to go to Italy. That was where we were going to go next. And so she's like, yeah, I want to stay away from Italy right now. Just for right now, but eventually we will get there and get back to there. So with people, because now she's at home, and so she can't really plan events like she normally does. And so it's like, you know, when you're home and you're watching TV or whatever, or on social media, this is all that you're seeing. And I'm going to be honest to say, like, I'm really getting sick and tired of it now, because it's saturating so much. Yes, I understand the seriousness of it, but it's just consuming so much right now. And they did cancel Delta Vacation University for this year in September. So I was like, well, that's canceled, because it's just too much uncertainty right now. But it's just, you know, everything is just so, it's just saturated with it. And I'm just kind of like, I'm ready for something else. You know, that's just with anything. Like when they talk about something for so much, and everywhere you turn, that's all they're talking about. You know, so yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
I
off
agree.
my
It is.
step stool now. Yeah.
Yeah, it is saturated, and then you're in a position where you want to keep up with the news, but at the same time, you don't want to, you know, expose yourself to everything that you hear on
Exactly.
TV or in the media or whatnot. So,
Right.
yeah, it's kind of rough. I know I've been kind of shying away from the news. I've been paying more attention to a lot of the emails from the tourism boards and different vendors and suppliers and things like that. And just conveying that information over to my clients too, especially for the groups that I have.
Yeah, because I think, you know, even with, and I was talking to a couple of my Asian friends the other day, once this is all over, I understand that, you know, we have a lot of cases here in the US to the point where we're like number one, where we have surpassed China. With countries that have closed their borders, and it just started to make me think, like, you know, even once this is over, to the point where we can get back out, we can start traveling, we can start doing things. What is the likelihood, or what is the reception of us being able to travel to other countries, to the point where you might have some countries, because I know right now I've heard that, yes, China is traveling. They've opened their, you know, they're back to traveling now. However, they're not allowing people from other countries to come in, you know, to their borders. And so, you know, what are those restrictions and things like that are going to look like? Because we're going to Ghana. Ghana closed their borders to other people coming in so that they can control it. Dominican Republic, other countries have done the same thing in the Caribbean. So what is their, you know, perception of us, of, you know, the US? Because you already see on the news, we're not doing right as a whole.
Right.
You know, I have a full-time job and I've been working from home. I might go in the office tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I'm like, ooh, I need to go to the grocery store. But I'm not going out. I'm not going to hang out. Let me go do what I got to do, and I'm getting back home, or whatever the case may be. Even then, you know, and unfortunately my day job is an essential job. So I'm thankful that I'm able to do some work from home. But for the most part, I got people that know you can't go home. So, and at the end of the day, if I got to be in there in the trenches, I got to be in there in the trenches. So.
Yeah. When you think about it, and we just got to play it. We really don't have any answers as far as restrictions or a time frame. And then, like you said, you know, what if Americans are restricted to travel certain places, but other countries can? So yeah, it is nothing definitive as of yet.
Right.
8:16. I guess Jamal, we'll go ahead. Jamal, you here?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
Uh-oh. Go ahead. Who's that?
Hi, Maurice. This is Elisa. I was going to share one thing if you didn't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I hope everybody is doing well. I can honestly say it's been rough. I'm starting to realize that after being at the house for 3 weeks, I don't think I like this stay at home, being a mommy thing at the house full time now. I don't think so. And I'm in my feeling because I haven't seen any blue water in over 300 days between building the house and now Corona has hit. I can't go anywhere. So I'm really in my feelings. But when I tell you every other phone call is, I need to cancel. I need to cancel. I need to cancel. And I believe what clients don't realize is vendors, including cruise lines, they're only looking at traveling is happening right now. And I'll give you an example, Maurice. I have a family reunion group that I do not know. They came to me off of a recommendation, the group leader. So I booked it last year for them. It's 50 of them out of the Detroit area. That's what the class reunion is out of. And they had a 5-day cruise for July. Got that phone call yesterday. Oh, I think you need to cancel. And what I told them was, number one, everyone in the group denied insurance. And it's going to be really hard for me to fight this one. However, we can't call it too early. Do I want to send the group out there and it's still not 100% safe? Absolutely not. Because for me, money is not everything. Although money is up there with oxygen, however, money doesn't make me happy. So I have to cancel this group. I will, and they can reschedule if they choose to. But that was the big one for me. That one, and plus, I got my Cancun group in June, June 25th. Got a couple phone calls on that one as well. And one young lady, she denied insurance 3 times. And the remainder of the group, we all got insurance with the vendor. So she's like, I know I didn't get my insurance. Can I get all my money back? I'm just gonna make the vendor give you your money back without insurance. So that's kind of where I am. And I'm kind of like y'all, I'm over it right now. I'm like, okay, go ahead, coronavirus, do what you're gonna do and be gone, because I'm ready for my clients to get back on track because they love to travel as well. So however, I did pick up an all-girls trip for next March, party of 20. They're going to Jamaica. So that's all I have for tonight.
Yeah, it's thanks for sharing too. It's a lot of cancellations going on, and like you said, some of the vendors hard to get on the phone due to the call volume, and people working from home now, and so they want to prioritize as far as people that are traveling now. We're scheduled to travel now between dates with cruise lines not cruising anymore, resorts, the hotels are closed, so. Yeah, I'm getting those cancellation emails, messages, calls every day too. So, but like Jamal said, I'm trying to reschedule or push the trip out if we can. But just depends on the situation. But we'll go ahead and get started, and we're actually going to kind of resume from last week. We kind of talked about things we could do during this time where people really aren't booking travel, but things that we can do kind of help streamline and make our business operations more efficient. So I believe we left off last week on, we talked about niche focus, marketing, profitability, right, Jamal?
Yeah, we left off on profitability.
Okay. Cool. So one thing that you want to do, and one thing I started doing over the last couple of years is trying to project as far as performance-wise, numbers on a monthly basis as far as commissions, sales revenue, on a quarterly basis as well, and on a yearly basis. So that way I can kind of keep track of my goals and see where I stand. And I usually start, let's say 2021, I'll start those records in 2020 as far as keeping those records. So does anyone use any kind of spreadsheet forms, any kind of tool to kind of keep track of analytics and statistics when it comes to your business?
Yes, Excel.
Excel, that was
Javonda.
Javonda. Okay, so did you make your own Excel spreadsheet?
Yes.
Let me ask you this: have you found it easier to keep track of client information and things like that, and bookings, and where you stand by using the spreadsheet?
I use both. I use TravelJoy and I also use my Excel.
Okay.
And the reason being is because I am so familiarized with Excel. Um, TravelJoy, I'm still learning, but I do know some of the ins and out, but I love keeping it in Excel.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of the same as far as Excel. I like to use that as far as keeping up with the numbers, but for TravelJoy, as far as CRM and the customer information, like their name, address, email address, birthday, things like that, I find TravelJoy a lot easier to use as far as that part of it. Anyone that's listening not familiar, TravelJoy is a third-party resource. It's a itinerary build, not itinerary, but invoice builder, CRM that you can actually use for your business, send out invoices, build group trips, things like that. And even credit card authorization, they can accept the decline insurance. I know quite a few people on the call tonight use TravelJoy. And I know myself, since I've been using it, I found things to be a lot easier, especially with groups and keeping, especially keeping a paper trail, or just keep it. Especially when people want to cancel and they say, "Hey, I didn't know about the insurance. Well, I have this email where you declined insurance on February 15th." So it's good to have those things in place, so that way, especially during times like this, you have a paper trail as far as everything that's been discussed with your clients. Anyone else use any resource to keep track of data?
Just TravelJoy for myself.
Okay. Anyone set any kind of numerical goals for your business? I hope we all do.
Oh yeah.
As far as commission or sales revenue, number of clients or number of bookings, anyone setting those kind of goals?
Absolutely.
Well, I did, but I'm having to revamp.
Due to everything that's going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in the same position, because a lot of us are pretty much losing a whole quarter or even more worth of travel, that was probably booked last year, a lot of it. So, and the thing is, because of the skepticism and everything going on, now this happened during the middle of wave season. People are skeptical right now to book even for future travel. Some people are. There are people booking. We had a couple of people mention new clients on the call, but there is some skepticism out there. But what we can do now is, like we kind of mentioned, is build for the future and work on these things that we discussed as far as profitability. One thing you also want to keep track of is the actual increase. Are you actually, what methods are you using in your business practices that are actually working? And is that causing an increase as far as your numbers, as far as your sales revenue, commissions, the number of clients that are actually contacting you, website traffic, things like that, your email subscribers. So this is all the kind of data that you actually want to kind of keep an eye on. The last, we discussed 4 different areas, and the last one is actually community. So community is huge. What we're doing now is a sense of community as far as us, discussing with our peers ways that we can actually grow our business. I may have experienced things that Jamal hasn't experienced. He's experienced things that I haven't experienced, but we can all learn from one another. And I think that sense of community is extremely important in this industry. But not only the community among your peers, but when you think about even you building your own community as far as Facebook groups, that actually have a large number of people that are in the different markets that you're actually focusing on. So if it's a cruise group, if it's a, let's say, people that love to gamble and go to Vegas, that's a sense of community as well. So don't forget to leverage groups to kind of help build your business. I know quite a few of us do. Anyone I know, Jamal, I saw your post today in your group as far as updating everybody as far as the refund process. So, I mean, that's a sense of community. He created a group of people who are interested in cruising, and actually, is that strictly for that cruise, Jamal? Or is
Just for that cruise.
Okay. Yeah. So he created a community, and it's a way of communicating with the people that are actually going on this trip. But it's more of a personable feeling as well. So
just to piggyback off of that, you guys, you still have CCRA, community group, travel market. I'm not sure if you guys listen to podcasts like Dan Chappelle, Travel Research Online. So these things and resources that you have, so you don't feel like it's just you, oh, I lost my clients or nobody's booking right now. Guys, when you look across the board, I want you to think about this. Every business right now is suffering from this. So, but I do think it's a time for us to rebound. If you look at the OTAs, the online travel suppliers like Expedia and Booking.com and Costco, you hear the horror stories. So now it's a perfect time to show your value of why people should use a travel advisor. So, sometimes we gotta look at the glass halfway full, because I mean, how would you feel? Okay, yeah, we lost our commissions. Okay, let's just be real clear and frank. But how would you feel if you had clients that were out there on one of these ships, or you had a staff day and you had to let these people go knowing that they have families to feed? So, we're gonna always look at the bright spots. I know, hey, trust me, I was counting that money as well, but we can figure out a way to make this work for everyone.
definitely. And just think about the fact, Lisa's mentioned that she knew exactly it's been over 300 300 days since she's been to a beach. So do you think she's the only one that's counting the days since she's actually been on a vacation? So with that said, we talked about skepticism and cancellations and losing money and commissions and things like that, but it's still kind of a unique situation because we have downtime. It's forced downtime that we have right now. But during this time, what we can do is, work on the things that we didn't have time to work on because we thought we would be sacrificing time with our clients, or, just having to put in so many hours. A lot of us, a lot of people work 9 to 5 as well. So now, instead of having to work, and depending on the situation, you have more time to work on your business actually. So because one thing is, once this all clears up, when it does, we know it will eventually, we're going to have another quote unquote wave season come in to where people are going to, it's going to be a flood of people coming in to book travel. So you just got to make sure you're prepared for that.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're sharpen that saw. There's not a better time now than to promote your professionalism. And, I don't follow a lot of you guys, but one young lady who I do follow is Javonda, and some of her marketing is dead on. It's not salesy. And some of these webinars that I've been fortunate to attend, just sitting there with my headphones and my phone listening, that's one of the things they talk about is, making yourself stand out as a professional. And when this thing we get a handle on it, people be going looking for you. They'll be looking for you. You'll be the hunted, not the hunter.
True.
So is anyone working on any type of distant learning, certifications, or anything? If you can't talk, give me a 1 or a 2. Let me know. Because what you don't want to do, you don't want to fall into the Jamal trap and play on Facebook all day.
Oh yes, I'm definitely trying to do my clear this year. That's one thing I'm working on right now.
Which ACC, CCC, what?
I think I'm gonna start off with ACC right now because I am still working full time. I'm working from home, and so working from home and everything else. So by the time I get off truly at 5, I am mentally drained because I'm here with mama and the kids all day. But definitely on the weekends, I'm trying to do more trainings and certifications. So yeah, I'm gonna start with ACC and then graduate myself up from there.
Good stuff. Anyone else? Martine says she got certified on Aruba, Panama, Belize, your favorite, Maurice, Classic Vacation, and she's working on that Marriott. Everyone should have the Marriott if you like to travel for yourself. Me personally, get the Marriott. You'll be able to really save a lot of money and also learn about their brands. So when you have certain clients, you know what to point them to, especially those ones that are budget friendly.
Right quick, Jamal.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Maurice.
Travel Institute. Oh, no, I was going to say Travel Institute is offering free courses. Some of the courses are usually paid courses, but if you go on to travelinstitute.com, you actually see some of the courses are actually free or discounted during this time. So definitely want to take, I mean, this course is like, you know, creating a business plan, marketing, stuff like that. So really going in line with what we've been talking about, just, you know, building that foundation of a true business. So, you know, definitely check that out if you can.
So when you look at certifications, you know, it's more than experience. You know, certifications bring new skills, right? You can learn some more. Definitely ideas. And sometimes you got to look at the opportunities that present themselves once you decide to further your learning and your craft. Because, you know, some of us maybe 5 years, 6 years into that. Guys, we're 5 years old. You talk to some agents, they may have 18 to 30 years of experience, and you'll see how they handle adversity. You know, like right now, you know, a lot of us like, hey man, what's going on? But you know, this real rebound. And I like to use the learning experience as marketing, you know, because you can take some of the stuff that you've learned, even if it's just something about a destination, you know, about the food or anything. You can use that as marketing because it's not salesy, you know. You're not how can I put it? You're not oblivious to what's going on. It's not just I need to sell this, I need to push this on you, you know. And one of the sayings that I always heard when I first got introduced to network marketing, direct sales is you just don't know what you don't know. And when I heard that, you know, it just kind of blew me away because sometimes we don't know. And with us being so young, you know, we're in the infant stages of learning about this industry, or some of us are really taking it serious. Some of us, you know, it's a hobby and nothing's wrong with that. But guys, when I say this thing is huge, it is huge. And sometimes we'll find ourselves, I know I have, and nobody has to own up to this. I'll see someone that has went on a trip who I think I know. I think they would use me. And it's two people. They probably went to Dominican Republic. And it felt like somebody pinched me or I had butterflies in my stomach. And anybody ever felt that way before? We're going to give away. Okay. But when you look at the big picture, you may have missed out on $200, $400 if it was a real nice resort. But, you know, that stuff will kind of bend you out of shape. But when you understand how big this industry is, you will say to yourself, I'm glad to have a nice time. Let me network, build a community with that person to kind of figure out where they went versus kind of resenting that they didn't go with you. And that goes back to that thing right there. You just don't know that you don't know. So it's always good to try something new so you can sharpen these skills and understand that travel is huge, you know, and just on a big scale, when we heard the young lady make $300,000 and I'm over here been out of shape about a $300 commission. You know, it kind of brings light to how we have to expand the way we think to really see our business a whole lot bigger, because it is one of the largest industries in the world, which is travel. Anybody like to add to that? Great. This right here, this young lady, Mara Sultan, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but she says, this certification is important to me because I feel you should never stop growing in your area of expertise. I also had a sense of accomplishment after I finished the necessary coursework. And sometimes when we finish these things, right, it gives us a little bit more, I don't want to use the word entitlement, but it makes us feel good. It makes us feel like, oh man, I did something nice. I furthered my education. And, we share these things. I'm telling you, you can share these things. People will start seeing that you're taking it serious. And now you could be the go-to person, but it also furthers your education and a destination. And, it's a brand differentiator. Can somebody pronounce that word for me? Can you guys hear me? It's a brand differentiator. I hope I said that.
Differentiator.
Thank you. I knew my smart people were going to be out there. I knew it. So if you are certified and others are not, then you have a competitive advantage. That means you have leverage. When people see that you're certified, it's a great way to start a conversation. And a conversation about travel is non-intrusive. You kind of get people talking, they get to smiling. Oh, I went here. I'm thinking about getting a certification in that. So it's a great way to lead into what you do. It's a very powerful, invisible way to set yourself apart from the travel hobbyists in our industry. Now, let's talk about the hobbyists. The hobbyists are people who like book their own travel, who figure, hey, I know everything about this. I can go online and book it. I don't need you, but it's a great way where you can use it and promote it. And promote is very, very critical, especially in a time like this, because people are fearful. A lot of them being misinformed. A lot of news is being reported where they're showing the bad part, not the good. So don't you think some of these certifications or learning things that you can take advantage of is a great way to share on your timeline? Because we've seen a lot of challenges, right? Exactly. Because let me ask you a question. How many of you knew about the Tiger King before seeing it on Facebook?
Nope, never heard of it.
Right. I just looked at it the other night.
But social media is a great way to promote. So you can use your certifications to promote, right? And a lot, like Maurice said last, we talked about this before with others. More people are online right now because they're at home. The kids running around. You may have a spouse. Y'all probably tired of looking at each other. What's the first thing people pick up a lot of times? Their phone. I know
That
I do.
telephone.
Yeah, so you can use these certifications to really, really enhance your brand. I know when you do networking events, you talk to other people. If you got like a lapel pin on that says that you're a travel advisor, or you give someone a card with your credentials on it, it makes them more comfortable to say this person knows what they're doing. Because you ever had that friend who that knows how to fix something, but when you needed something fixed, that's the last person you would want to call? Because you probably didn't take them serious because that's your friend. You love them, you care about them. But you're like, well, that's my friend. But you have these certifications behind your name. Guys, I'm telling you, it's a game changer, especially when it comes to branding. Because if you have it on your email header, right? Well, not header, you know what I'm talking about, when your email signature. People may not look at it right away, but it's always there. And that's a great thing. So if you need help promoting your certification, there are tools that are available for you. And they offer new ways to showcase and explain your credentials to the outside world. So just like me, I've got, one day I just sat down and did all the Playa Resort certifications. And the reason why I did it, I felt like I'm telling people to do things, but I wasn't doing them. So I'm like, I can't do that. So I started taking them. And you know what? I feel very comfortable selling that brand now, especially the Sanctuary, how nice it is, down to Panama Jack, which is more family friendly. But I'm going to use that in my marketing throughout all this stuff right here, especially to the travel colleagues. So, a lot of us are sitting around, we twiddling our thumbs. So, hey, to all my travel colleagues, it's a great time to learn, blah, 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 blah. People see that. You know what? I need to do that, because I want to inspire people to let them know, hey, look, yeah, we may be going through a challenging time. I don't like to call it tough. I like to call it challenging because when it challenges you, it strengthens you. You can use this as a time to sharpen your saw, make yourself more marketable. It's a great thing to do. And that brand thing is very important because it's going to be a lot of people looking to go someplace once they cooped up. And since Booking.com had a little issue in Costco and they couldn't get people on the phone, guess what? We can make ourselves stand out. And it's a membership to an elite club. I really believe that your credentials plug you into an exclusive community of insight and knowledge with others who have earned certifications. Now, when I first came into this industry, I wasn't interested in booking anything. I wanted you to be a travel agent. And when I met with other travel agents, they would frown their nose up at me. Oh my gosh, here come one of these MLMers, right? And I would read some of the comments, and they despised us because we wasn't taking it serious. So I get that now. So when you're at a conference or a networking event, as I mentioned, seek them out, exchange business cards, and use this peer group to build your business. And I know right now, we have the social distancing and everything, but this is a great time to start building those social media groups or getting inside groups, celebrating your success on what you just did. Hey, I'm at home, but that's not stopping me from learning my business. I just got me a such and such certificate. You post that in one of them groups, man. Hey, now target's on your back, a good target. And you just never know. People may start inboxing you. Hey, me and my family looking to go somewhere. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. I just want to make sure. So if you're studying for a certification, take advantage of study groups and test prep webinars. I love the webinars now. I appreciate them even more, because I would just get on, I would just be on. But now I pay more attention to them because it's a lot of information that I'm learning. But before that, I didn't know, like, hey, you go on this webinar, you can really take some of this stuff and apply it to your business. When I mean apply, I'm always thinking about marketing and customer acquisition. You can apply this stuff to your business and gain customers, because when people see you are serious about your business, we're not having a $2,400 conversation about a trip for two people. We're talking a little bit more high level because now your postures change. Someone talks to me about the Caribbean. Just me booking a lot of Caribbean, my posture has changed. Or Dubai or Thailand. When it comes to other destinations like Greece, I'm not shaky, but at the same time, I know it's a lot more information out here for me to learn. But you're never gonna know it all. That's why we always say, get a niche. A niche is something you can just drill down and really, really show a customer how much value you could add. And then you won't feel bad about charging people to plan their vacation because you are a specialist. You're not a generalist. And networking is critical to personal growth and business development. Does anybody have anything to say before we move forward? I know I've been doing a lot of talking. You guys know how I get. Nope. Okay, cool.
No, you good.
And like I said, it builds confidence and posture. And Martine typed in the comment, she started in 2016 and is just getting certifications this year, other than her initial one. It feels like she knows something now. Don't you think that adds to a posture? And sometimes when you're doing a consultation, if someone telling you, well, my friend booked a trip for such and such, blah, blah, blah. It's real nice to educate someone in a professional level so they understand, like, hey, this isn't a game. Whatever you got last year was last year, but it's this year. We can move forward. You guys have your spiel, your little 3-minute spiel when you're talking to people who give you that. But it's a great way to add posture and confidence. So when you work and have your posture and confidence there, there's certain things you're not going to put up with. So you don't feel like you chasing somebody to get this $170 commission, right? So when you make a commitment to yourself, I want everybody to think about that. Make a commitment to yourself, put together a plan, work hard, reach your goal, and you'll gain confidence. And that positive attitude can spill over in all aspects of your life, not just your travel business. When I first got introduced to network marketing, direct sales, we just relating this to travel. I always felt, and this was said, it's a personal development plan with a personal development with a compensation plan attached to it. So if you become better in a certain area of your life, certain areas of your life, you make yourself more valuable. And when you know your value, you add tax on it. You know, it's a lot of things you won't deal with, won't put up with. So start using your power as soon as you graduate. So when you get these certifications, I like to piggyback off this right here. Even if you don't finish the certifications, you starting the certifications, everything that you're getting from that certification is content. And we always talk about content is king. Right now, everybody knows the content we seeing. We can scroll on social media right now, and what we gonna see? We don't even have to say it. And everybody's an expert on social media about something. Make yourself an expert on things that really can enhance your business. Make yourself more visible. All right? Danny Bonilla, certification is important to me because it shows I'm serious about the travel industry. And I talked about serious, right? People didn't take us serious as travel advisors. Man, you walk in the room, you tell them who you with. Oh, they look at you like you just rub mud on the carpet. And I invest in my professional development to provide outstanding service, guys. Doesn't it feel good when someone goes on a trip and sends a nice recommendation? You know, my travel agent did this, my travel agent did that, and this is my travel agent. I am good. See, we love recognition. And certifications can help you with that because it enhances your learning and give that wonderful service. You know, Mo brought it to my attention. Hey, I'm putting my clients in private transfers. Why are you doing private transfers, Mo? Because they give you this, this, and this. Now, I don't care about a private transfer, but once you get off the plane, don't you want to get to your destination right away and not have to stop at 4 or 5 hotels when the property may be about 30 minutes away?
Yeah, definitely. That makes it a 3-hour drive, 2-hour, 2-hour drive.
Yeah. But that's the service that he provides because he's learning his business. And maybe Jamal needs to learn his business like Maurice learns his business. So it makes you a better mentor. Maurice, when did we meet? When did we actually meet? What, 2016?
You mean actually first time we met?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I would see you at events.
Yeah, I know it was in Savannah actually. No,
it was
probably
okay.
before that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but I know it's been like 2015, 16, something like that.
yeah, and then Alyssa even said private transfers are the best. So when you see a mentor, right? You see one. I saw Maurice, right? So I modeled my activity after what he was doing. I started taking my business a lot more serious on the travel side. So you do, you become, and you teach, right? I never thought I'd be sharing information on a travel platform. You couldn't tell me that back in 2016. But it puts you in a better position to help others. And nobody knows everything. That's one thing I love about this industry, because when you talk to more seasoned agents, so you get on some of these webinars, you will feel like you are not the smartest person in the room. And that's how you always want to feel anytime you're anywhere. Because if you're the smartest person in the room, it's time to get into another room, right? So I'm fortunate I met somebody like Maurice and Nikki, you know, Lissa, you know, people who are taking travel a little bit more serious than I was, right? So always remember who inspired you and do the same. You know, I'm not attached to Maurice as far as money-wise, but if I got a question, he's always available to help me, you know. And mentorship is a two-way street. No one learns more than a teacher, and the lessons you teach will remind you to take your own advice. So, guys, I'm telling you, as you begin to better yourself, you know, don't forget who showed you, and don't be so busy you can't help someone else. A travel agent told me, travel advisor, I forget what we call ourselves these days, 30 years in the business, and I asked her a question, and she said, there's nothing like a travel agent who helps themselves. So if you're helping yourself, you know, it doesn't hurt for someone else to help you. But if you're not, we're gonna leave that alone. But you guys get the point I'm trying to make. But all the information is out there for us, and sometimes you need somebody to point it out to you. But don't be somebody who doesn't return that favor when someone did it for you. Okay? And it sets us up for continuous learning. Certifications do not end when you graduate. It marks the beginning of ongoing learning. Take the time to learn about a new region, country, or specialty in depth to add to your skill set. Offerings to your clients. Anybody have a new region or country they want to learn about? Anyone?
Yes.
Where is that?
I want to do Maldives, Switzerland, Bali, and more of like other parts of Europe.
That's amazing right there. I like that. Right there. Become specialized at destinations that a lot of us probably just see on TV. I don't even know the Maldives at, but it sounds like it's a nice place. And remain curious. Anybody else besides Nikki? We're giving away $20.
Dominica for me.
Dominica. Where's that located?
It's in the Caribbean. So it's from what I've seen and researched as far as properties and whatnot and activities, it's a pretty nice place. So not easy to get to, but that's a lot of places as far as like, you know, multiple flights. But that's on my list.
Anyone else?
Kurosai.
That's
Is that Irv?
Yeah, it's Irvin.
You know, Dreams just built a new property down there, right?
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah.
I had somebody who wanted to go last year, but they didn't have any all-inclusive spots. So I was glad to see Dreams is opening up a spot down there.
And that's something else we need to talk about, the all-inclusive versus the non-all-inclusive. Because I find that the more seasoned traveler, right? All-inclusive isn't like on the top of their list. Have you guys noticed that as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because they want to, you know, venture off, explore more, and not be tied down to a resort or a property, or if not all inclusive, a European plan, to where at least breakfast is included. But yeah, you see that a lot with people who travel quite frequently, unless they're just trying to relax and, you know, just get away.
Now, let's use this as a learning moment, because if I'm the traveler that says I need all inclusive, and you're the travel consultant who knows how to pitch or sell a property based upon the the selling value. I can't remember those PDFs they give us. You can use that time to sell a property that isn't all inclusive, so the person doesn't feel like, well, I gotta have all inclusive. But let me tell you some reasons why you may consider this property based upon it not being all inclusive. You guys follow what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Jamal, one thing I learned with that is to, especially if you're working with a specific budget, you can give them an option that's not all inclusive, but then from that point, you sell the destination itself. So, you know, dinner and your meals aren't included, but, you know, Cayman Islands is, you know, has some amazing local restaurants that aren't far from your hotel. Then you kind of show the client your expertise as well. So it's ways you can and actually a lot of hotels that aren't actually labeled or listed as all inclusive, some actually do have meal plans that you can add on. Sometimes you have to add it directly with the hotel or the property, but that's an option sometimes too.
Cool. Anyone else? So always remain curious and take every opportunity to learn something new. And I want you guys to take down this 4-letter phrase. I know that already. I know that already will block you from learning anything else new. Anything else new. And you'll gain respect and admiration and be a model for success. And it can really launch your career. Many career changers seek certification to get themselves established as travel professionals. Now, I like to look at this as a gift and a curse. Me personally, I wouldn't suggest learning everything right away before you let people know what you do, because you'll be knowledge on ice. You'll feel like you have to know everything before you start advertising or marketing or letting people know what you do. So just be mindful of that. Don't try to feel like you have to learn everything. And most people come from other industries where certifications matter, and they want the same benefits and status in their new endeavors when it comes to travel. Additionally, certifications help those new to the industry build their business from the ground up. I know it did for me. First one I got was Clear. Didn't know nothing about Clear but a discount. But once I started going to Clear events, I said I could take all these classes for free. And it just kind of helped me. It really guided me to understand that it's so much more than what I thought I knew. Certifications help travelers identify travel professionals. I won't say that again. Certifications help travelers identify travel professionals who are committed to the best in the business. It sets you apart in every positive way. And this by Mitch Creighton, a Creighton Travel guys. And it can bring you more money. Certification builds skills, knowledge, and confidence needed to take risk, improve marketing, revise business plans, and take action. Take action. Guys, right now, we're in a challenging time. It's not just our industry, it's every industry. But one thing that we're fortunate for, we're in the house, or whatever you're doing, take time to learn your business. Even if you're doing it with your little girl. My little girl asked me last night, are we going on a Viking cruise? I don't know how she know about Viking, but wouldn't that be a good time I can spend time with her and just take the Viking certification? So you see the benefits of being able to take these classes. I'm just giving an example. But trust me, I do want to go on Viking. I don't want to go for the low. But guys, it can make yourself more marketable to the marketplace. And guys, does anybody have any more questions before we move on? Well, I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for tuning in. I want you guys to be safe, become informed, and stay close to the community. I know right now we're facing some challenging times, but it will sharpen you, okay? And if you need someone to talk to, just reach out to one of us, And trust me, it's not just you by yourself who's dealing with this, okay? So I'll see you next week, and we will have the recording up in a little bit.
All right, everybody have a good night.
All righty.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.